Hi, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys.com, home of technical analysis education. Click the link for a free week trial, no credit card required, and gain access to our multiple live broadcasts daily, community chat room, educational videos, nightly watch lists, and more. Invest in your education and future and join the community today. Hello everyone, checking back in on gold miners and everything shiny. We've got a bearish reversal candlestick today, overextended to the upside, certainly anticipating this pullback. So we had a play on those bear miners, and I will highlight on the hourly a very clear signal for a bearish entry. Weekly chart still looks great for gold, however, so this is just a short-term pullback, and we can be scouting for a bullish entry point because the weekly chart has a really bullish candlestick off the middle Bollinger Band. It's confirming it and continuing to the upside. So let's look at the hourly. We were live pre-market highlighting this setup on the hourly of a bearish head and shoulders pattern. And we got the break when the neckline of support broke. That was at 1352 psychological support. And you can see the downside dump that followed. That was when the big move happened for the bear miners to the upside. And we'll look at those bear miners and the bull miners here in just a moment. But then it looked like this could be a potential bear flag on the hourly, leading to further drop and consolidation, but that's not the case now that these next two candlesticks are trading fairly sideways. But I'm still not convinced that the bulls are done consolidating. My initial target was previous resistance, now support at 13. Let's get back to that level. I need to pull up the 4-hour. It's from the Yellen Friday. Up here, 1344.75. The low of this candlestick, 1344.65. And then this uptrend support line is in the low to mid 1340s as well. So that's my target. So I'm going to be very patient and not rush an entry. I don't think we're going to see this little straight down consolidation and a straight up move to higher highs. I think we're going to see a pullback, a lower high, maybe a lower low before we see a bullish entry. I'm watching this bearish MACD cross on the 4-hourly chart. That's likely to happen overnight tonight unless the bulls show up in a big way. So I'm not convinced the bulls are done or the bears are done with gold. I think further consolidation is coming. Let's look now. We had some nice gains in those bear miners today. JDST, obviously there's a lot of profit taking. So similar scenario to yesterday where the bears flushed it at the end of the day and we closed at the low, but we opened higher and then ran to the upside. So that's where the nice gains were had, and any stop losses and short-term trades would have been out by now. And certainly not a convincing bullish candlestick to hold these bear miners overnight by any means. That upper wick shows lots of profit taking. And dust is the same way. So resistance on these bear miners is going to be the high of today. And support is going to be the low of the past 2 days. And they held it barely. So there's two key levels to look at, the low of today and the low of yesterday. And we'll see if we test those levels tomorrow morning. The bull miners did see a lot of bullish activity at the end of the day. Seeing the price run up, the market seeing a lot of strength at the end of the day certainly helped, but we have a lower high and a lower low and some moving average resistances. And again, just looking at gold, I am not convinced that gold is done consolidating, so I'm not comfortable holding either direction overnight. This is a scenario where I would rather be cash overnight and then make an informed decision when I can be protective of my capital tomorrow morning during live trading or maybe pre-market depending on the setup. But nice gains to be had. Looking for bulls to continue, but not confident that the bears are done just yet. So we'll keep an eye on it all. We're still watching silver, which is trading fairly sideways as well. And if silver continues to the downside, we'll look for gold to do the same. And then the dollar did get a higher high. So we had the first bounce attempt at 95.03, and we did break that, getting up to 95.05. I want to see the bulls close above 95 on the 4-hour chart. And you can zoom out and see on this 4-hour chart, the $95 level has a lot of price action around it. It acted as support back in the beginning of August. Then it acted as resistance in mid-August multiple times, unable to get above that level. Look what happened once the bulls got over 95. Huge move to the upside. That was your trend change right there, where you had a tightening range, lower highs, higher lows, tighter, tighter, tighter breakout. So $95 is now back to acting as resistance, and I need to close above that level on the 4-hour chart, which would show strength in the dollar and would likely translate to weakness in gold. So we'll keep an eye on it all. We'll be covering it live on webcam tomorrow morning starting at 9 a.m. And we'll check back again after hours as always. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.